What's going on, everybody? It's the NBA Guru Show. It's the summertime. We're going free agency. We had a great draft episode with Ravneet Singh, great draft guy from his YouTube channel, and Attack the Paint. And here we go, man. We're going to the free agency. It starts tomorrow. We got to do a little preview, though. We got a bunch of trades we got to talk about. We got to talk about some signings that happened this weekend. And yeah, man, Nav, how you doing? How you feeling about the free agency signing so far? What are you feeling so far?
Hey man, free agency is one of the most exciting parts, honestly, of the NBA. We'll see how this summer goes. It won't obviously probably be like 2019, 2016 summer with the Kawhi Leonard and Kevin Durant sagas.
Yeah.
I'm not expecting that type of fireworks. Although LeBron did drop a little teaser today, we'll talk about later.
Oh yeah.
Um, but I think that maybe in terms of trades, it'll be a big summer. But yeah, it's sort of like the wrap up right now of the NBA season, man. Like after this, after free agency, then after summer leagues, really like
It's
where it
dead.
gets into that dead time until training camp and stuff. So man, enjoy these last few NBA news cycles, man, because it's headed towards the end here.
Yeah, that's very true. It's that August, September is pretty much nothing for basketball news. So we'll see what happens. But I mean, let's see. Sham said that it's gonna be a big season and a lot of stuff going around. So a lot of
So
players
far, Sham's
changing
looking
teams.
like he's bluffing, man. I haven't seen
Yeah.
anything too crazy yet, but we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, yeah, we'll see. Let's start with some trades that happened last week here. We got a Jrue Holiday. Boston was busy last week. I'll tell you that much. And they traded Jrue Holiday to Portland for Anthony Simons and two second-round draft picks. One of the most questionable trades I've seen in a minute. I did not like this by Boston, but I don't know. What'd you think?
Oh wow, you did. So you think Boston didn't get? You don't like Anthony Simons?
Or sorry, I
You
thought the other way around.
Portland?
I don't know why Portland's trading for an older guard, like 35 years old, 30 million a year or something.
Yeah.
Trading a guy that's 9 years younger.
Yeah, I agree. I think that this is a I have no idea what Boston's usually on the winning side of these deals. I have no idea what they're doing. I mean not Boston, sorry. You
Yeah.
confused me, bro. Portland. Yeah, Portland, Boston is on the winning side. This is another Brad Stevens masterclass. Man, it's just been a while since this trade happened, but yeah,
Yeah.
Anthony Simons, I think they got a good young scorer. That's gonna put up a good numbers in Boston with Jason Tatum out. So I think he could run their offense. Like you said, I thought Jrue Holiday was absolutely washed this year. 34, 35-year-old point guard. Small point guards like him usually don't age well. Portland's gonna have to pay him, I think it's 40 million a year for the next 2 seasons. So he's not even on an expiring. My guess is Portland's gonna keep him. This is funnily enough the second time they trade for him. So I'm guessing Portland's going to keep him this time around. Last time I think it was in the Dame trade, three-way deal where they shipped him off to Boston. So I guess they're going to try and keep him and compete. I don't know what Portland's doing, to be honest, with this deal. Personally, I thought you could have got more for Anthony Simons. Yeah, his Anthony Simons' defense is not good. Like it's
Yeah.
bad. But he is a proven scorer in the league, 26 years old. Just look at his game log last season. He had like multiple 40-point games, and I expect him to have 40-point games again
Oh yeah,
next
easily.
season in Boston. I think that he'll have a very high usage rate, especially with Porzingis gone, Jason Tatum out. Yeah, so it's just going to be Anthony Simons, Jaylen Brown, Derek White shouldering the load. And I thought that this was a great deal for Boston. I don't know whether they're gonna do like I don't think they're gonna do like a soft rebuild with what some people are saying, like maybe take a gap year and just like tank and maybe like they could win in the lotto again. But I don't see that happening. I think the East is too weak. I think their team is still very competitive. So I expect Boston, like, we broke it down in tiers. I expect them to still be in that tier 2, tier 3 of the Eastern Conference and just to be fighting for that top 6 in the East. But look, I like Anthony Simons' game. He's a scorer. He's a scoring first point guard. His strength is not playmaking, like passing. That's obviously not his strength. His strength is scoring. Just a bucket getter. That's his strength pretty much. Yeah, he his passing isn't too bad, but it's not. I think he could be a better playmaker. His vision can be better. But yeah, I mean, I don't understand the deal, to be honest, from Portland's perspective.
Yeah, and they gave up 2 seconds on top of it, which is pretty crazy. The only thing that I will say is Anthony is an expiring contract, so I get it that they don't want to pay him. But I did not know the value was that low of Anthony just because he's an expiring. It looks like he's a $28 million expiring. I'm guessing he's gonna want like 35 or something a year or something. Maybe even 40, probably like 35-ish around there a year. If he's gonna be scoring 20, 25 points a game. So we'll see, man. Yeah, I didn't like it. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Boston,
35. That's a good point. That is expiring. I think that's
yeah,
honestly not a bad thing for Boston. Like you could give him the keys for a year, and if it doesn't work out, then
you can
whatever. You
trade
know,
him.
off. You still got off Jrue Holiday's 40
Yeah,
million. So that's still a win-win, honestly, for Boston. Even if you don't resign Anthony Simons, like just see what he can do for a year.
yeah,
Maybe you can even get him on a cheap deal, but just getting off Jrue Holiday's contract
that
and
was
getting two
huge.
second round picks, like you said, that's a big
That's
win.
huge.
That's huge for them.
Um, yeah, next Boston one here. Kristaps gets traded. Boston again busy, and it was a three-team trade. The Hawks, Nets, Celtics. Hawks get Kristaps Porzingis in the second round pick. Nets are getting Terrence Mann and the 22nd pick, which turned out to be Drake Powell, and the Celtics receiving Niang, gorgeous Niang and second round pick as well. Um, yeah, what'd you think about this one? Basically, Nets got some salary and got a first round pick for it, which is a nice deal for the Nets. Celtics just got Niang and a second round pick for Porzingis, so not much there for Boston. I didn't think that was a strong deal for him, but Kristaps isn't. His value is kind of iffy just because of his health um, and yeah, but I kind of like if he's healthy, like if he's playing like 55, 60 games, that's not bad for Atlanta. They have like a nice 5 out team now. Well, what do you think about the trade?
Yeah, like you said, it's a buy low, man.
Yeah.
This is just a buy low from Atlanta's part. They're just banking on. I like Atlanta's team, man. Atlanta could be a sleeper in the East next season. They're surrounding Trey with all the right guys like Porzingis, Dyson Daniels, Jalen Johnson, Risa Shea, the 3-and-D wings, and like you
Hmm.
said, Kristaps, if he can get back to his form before the his injury in the playoffs 2 years ago, then this is just a straight up buy low. They didn't give up much. I mean, Terrence Mann, like you said, George Niang, second rounder. But I do like also what the Nets did with this trade, getting yeah, they picked up Terrence Mann, who's whatever. They have to sort of fill salary because they have so much salary cap, and I mean, just in this free agents market, they're not gonna be able to really spend all that money. So getting Terrence Mann, not I wouldn't. I mean, that is what it is. But I like what they did with the 22nd pick, drafting Drake Powell. I think I really like Drake Powell. So that's a guy that in a few years' time can be a really versatile player, like another really great defender in the league. So I like what the Nets did. I get it from the Hawks perspective, and I get it from the Celtics just getting off of Kristaps, which was obviously the plan. I'm surprised how fast they got off Kristaps and Jrue Holiday. I know that they were that was a talk
Second
all
apron.
playoffs. Yeah, second apron. They were trying to
Had
get off
shed
those. I
salary.
mean, I forgot how much they shed with just like they were one from like 500 to like 250 or something, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. They shed a lot from
They
all the
shed a
luxury
lot, didn't they?
tax.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was like just absolute great. So I don't know. This is like one of the rare trades where it's like a win for everyone involved, in my opinion. Um, we'll see with Kristaps. He's an expiring, I believe. Kristaps, yeah, is an expiring 30 million. Honestly, worth the risk. I see it. Why not take the risk? I don't know what the hell was going on with him in the playoffs, whether the illness. I don't know if they've ever figured out that illness. They were still talking about it like for months. Like they don't know what this illness is. He's seen specialists. They still don't know what it is. Everyone on Twitter saying it's AIDS, but I don't know about that.
He said he's fine or something, right? He made a Twitter post saying he's good
I
now.
mean, yeah, obviously he's gonna say that, but we'll see how his game. It's different when you're not playing and you're out of the playoffs and stuff. I
Yeah.
don't know if he'll be playing this summer. I think there's some international stuff. because he
I
plays for
think he said he was
Latvia.
gonna play on the in the
Yeah,
post.
right. He says he's gonna
Yeah,
play for like is it Latvia or Lithuania? One of those two. I think it's Latvia. No, but
yeah,
still, I think that would be good. That'll be a good indicator. We'll see when he gets back on the court
yeah.
if he's
Latvia.
actually what he actually looks like. And hey, last time he was in a contract year, he absolutely balled out
Yeah.
in Dallas. So maybe he's one of those contract year guys. So worth the risk, in my opinion. What do you think?
Yeah, I like it for the risk wise. I think this is Trey's best team for sure now that he's had in his career. And with the East that's weak, they actually can do damage. I mean, I think they could be a top. I think they should be a top six team in the East.
Oh,
I could see
easily.
it.
I
Yeah,
think they'll
yeah,
be
yeah.
top four. They'll be fine top four, in my opinion.
Oh wow, that's a
They'll be
you
fine
want to
for
make
home
this a
court.
you want to make this a hot take or something?
That's not a
You got
hot
this?
take. You think that's a hot take? Just break it down. I mean, the Cavs. Who else? The Knicks.
Cavs,
Probably lock
Cavs,
them in.
Knicks. Um,
Is there anyone really else? Like, I mean, they could be 3 or 4.
yeah,
I mean,
I guess
Pistons,
that's how
Celtics,
we.
Pacers. I'm just throwing the other teams. Pistons,
Yeah.
Magic. Oh, Magic are probably
Oh yeah,
third.
Magic's up there for sure.
So
Yeah.
I'll say a Magic, Knicks, and even the Knicks. I mean, yeah, I guess we'll see who the Knicks hire. So Magic,
Bucks. I mean
Knicks.
Bucks maybe.
I'll take. Right now, I'll take the Hawks. Right now,
Yeah, 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 for sure.
I'll take the Hawks top four. I don't know if it's a hot take, but I'll lock it. I'm not gonna lock it until I see what the other teams do. But
It's
right
hard to do it
now,
now.
as of June 29, 2025, barring any crazy moves, the Hawks will finish top four in the East. I'll lock that in.
Okay, okay. I like that take. I like that take.
We'll see how it goes.
Um, yeah, it's still a lot. It's hard now. It's a lot of stuff to change and stuff like that. But yeah, I really like the defense they've added, and it'll be good for the Hawks. They should be able to do some things in the this season.
Yeah,
Um, Yeah, Celtics didn't get much for him, Niang, second round or whatever, and Kristaps, yeah, I mean, if he's playing, I think it's a great move for the Hawks. So gets a 5
yeah,
out, that's really good for Trey. Pretty much everyone can play defense as well,
yeah,
which is pretty good to cover Trey's weaknesses and let Trey cook. So I think they're gonna run it back with Trey and see how it works with the
yeah.
team that they have because this is the best. Like I can't even name like if I ask you who is the second best player that Trey Young's ever played with, I'd probably my question is like Jalen Johnson.
Might be
That's just like
Jalen
this year.
Johnson. Good point. Who was it when they made that Eastern Conference run? Honestly, like Bogey, Clint Capella. I don't know,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, I think
Not
it's Clint
good.
Capella was the second
Clint
best.
Capella was probably the second best player on that
Yeah.
team, right?
Yeah.
That's a good point. Yeah, so I think that in the Celtics win just by getting off the second apron, and I'm not sure if like you guys really know just to like break it down, but like if you're in the second apron, like there's a lot of restrictions just to like break it down. You can't sign players to the mid-level exception, which is around like 14 million, and almost every team has. So you can't do sign in trades. You can't combine multiple players and aggregate salaries. So if you're trying to make a trade, you can't aggregate salaries. It has to be exact salaries and the exact number of players. You can't use trade exceptions. Trade exceptions are like, so if you're sending a player out for like 20 million for like a $20 million salary player for like a second round pick, then you get $20 million to use to sort of like use within the next year, so you can use that trade exception instead of sending out. Um, so it's sort of like you sort of get to save the money since you're not
Yeah.
bringing back the salary. You get to save it and use it within the next year as a trade exception if you want to bring someone in for $20 million later on. It's sort of like a rain check, So you can't use trade exceptions if you're over the second apron. Can't use cash in trades. And you can't move first round picks that are 7+ years out. So
Yeah.
and if you're in the second apron, I believe if it's so if you're in the second apron 3 out of the 5 years, the first round pick 7 years out becomes frozen, which means it can't be traded. And then if a team remains over the second apron, the pick
Gone.
becomes automatically moved to the end of first round, regardless of record. So like the second apron penalties are like huge, man.
Yeah.
So that's why it's pretty much a hard cap, and that's why teams are trying to avoid it. And that's why Boston immediately got off of Kristaps and Jrue Holiday.
True.
So smart move by them.
Yeah, definitely financially, it's a good move. Let's see. We were talking about the teams to be top four here. Matthew saying Bucks. Yeah, for sure, definitely. Although I think Damian's gonna be out for a year, so that's gonna be tough,
They
right?
need to
But
make a move. I think
yeah,
Giannis is not enough to keep them top four. I think
yeah,
the
they need to make moves to make him happy.
yeah. I mean, right now he hasn't demanded a trade. Um, I don't think.
He's probably like, hey, let's see how they do this
Yeah,
summer.
he's
I'm
probably
guessing.
contemplating it. I think he's
Yeah,
probably taking the summer off, just sitting back on a beach in Greece and trying to see what's going on if they're gonna build a team around him, which there's still moves to be made. Still moves to be made.
yeah. Another trade from last week, the final one from last week here. Jordan Poole, our Pelicans and the Wizards trading guards here. The Pelicans get Jordan Poole, Sadiq Bey, and the number 40th pick, which turned out to be Mika Peavy. And the Wizards got CJ McCollum, Kelly Olynyk, and a future second. Um, yeah, I don't know what the honestly, it's a good move by the Wizards. CJ is an expiring contract, and they're going to have a ton of money next year. I'm going to have to double check this number, but I think it's going to be close to 100 million or something. Is that's what I heard? I got to double check that salary.
The CJ
Um,
salary?
the Wizards salaries for next year, how much they're going to have in the cap. I'm hearing that they have a lot of cap space next year. And
Oh, after next year, yeah, because they'll have I think Smart, Middleton. Let me see, Jrue Holiday. I think they're all on expiring. So
yeah.
and then the rest of their team is just like rookies.
Right. Yeah, yeah. So I think it's good. They did a really good job.
Let me see the Washington Wizards.
Pelicans
Ah,
wise, I mean, I don't know. Just getting Jordan Poole, they're just taking a flyer here, trying to see what they can work out with Zion. I don't know. It's like a fun player. Maybe he's not like bad. Like his defense is bad, but like offensively, like he could still score 20 at least a game. But I'd rather have that expiring contract found the Pelicans. I don't need to try to go Jordan Poole with his contract. I know they signed him for about what 4 years. Uh, the Warriors signed
Jordan
him. I got
Poole. Oh, the War. He's still on the Warriors contract, right?
yeah, he signed a 4 year, 128 million dollar, and he is a free agent in 2 more years.
Wow,
After
he still
two
has
more
2 more
years,
years on that deal.
yeah. So
Sadiq Bey coming off of ACL. Yeah, honestly, I don't know what the Pelicans are doing. I have no idea what the
yeah,
Pelicans are doing. The problem with trading for Poole is you draft Jeremiah Fears, um, as
kind of
well, seventh overall, and their
negates it a
games
little
kind of
bit.
overlap. So I
Yeah,
don't know what the identity of this team is going to be. I don't know what they're planning with a Poole Fears
I wouldn't want
backcourt.
a fierce mentor to be Jordan Poole either. If that's
Yeah,
what sounds
exactly.
like.
Like you can't even say you're bringing them in to mentor him. Jordan
Yeah,
Poole isn't exactly the best mentor to have. So honestly, yeah, man, since Troy Weaver and Dumars took over this team, I have no idea what the hell they're doing. This just screams incompetence all around. This is like, man, I mean, I don't know what to say, man. First of all, trading next year's unprotected pick just to move up 10 spots in the
oh
draft,
yeah, that was
which can
crazy.
possibly end up being a top 5 pick next year, even top 4. I mean, no one expects the Pelicans to be good. That could
Yeah,
legit be a top 3 pick next year in a top heavy draft class. So you're essentially trading away Darren Peterson, AJ DeBansa for Derek Queen, which look, I like Derek Queen. I think he's going to be a good player, but to move up 10 spots, at least throw some protections on the pick, like top 8 protected or something. And
yeah.
then this deal just getting rid of CJ McCollum and bringing in Poole, Sadiq Bey. Look, I don't know, man. I don't get the deal, to be honest. I have no idea if a Pelicans fan can explain to me what's going on and maybe shed some light because I have no idea. I do not see the vision with this team at all. I have no idea what they're cooking over there in New Orleans, man.
Yeah, they're a little sloppy right now. I've no, I'm right with you. I don't know what that trade was. I'd rather have the expiring. They drafted a guard too. I mean, it's everything you said. I think you said it perfectly, man. I don't think there's much more to say other than what you said.
Did
Um,
you see the thing where the cap holds on this trade for Washington? They still have like Ty Lawson
oh
and
yeah,
Shabazz
yeah,
Napier as cap holds.
yeah.
This was
Which is
which is cap holds is just like they're holding like they're just using the salary because there's nothing else really to use on their books, so they kind of just keep the salary just to sort of fill it up. But You could always renounce the rights to a cap hold, which I'm assuming they'll do, picking up the salary here. And when you renounce the rights, that's when they're off. I mean, they're obviously not paying these guys still. It's just the
Yeah,
cap
yeah.
hold against their overall salary cap. So yeah, they just do so yeah, but it's crazy. There's like Kendrick Nunn, Jan Mahimi's on there,
Yeah,
Ty
Ramon
Lawson is on
Sessions,
there,
Ty
Thomas Sadarin,
Lawson.
Ramon Sessions. It's a
Yeah,
crazy list, man. It's on Twitter if you guys want to look at the list. But yeah, I mean, like you said, they're gonna have. I like what Washington's doing. Listen,
JT
man,
Thor. Yeah,
JT
yeah,
Thor. Yeah, I like what Washington's doing. I like their pick, Trey Johnson. They saw Bilal Koulibaly, Alex Sarr. And they have like a good mix of like vets now and to mentor the young guys. Like you said, Poole isn't the best mentor for
yeah,
Veers, but these guys will have Trey Johnson and Alex Sarr and Koulibaly. They'll have like and Bub Carrington. They'll have guys. They'll have Marcus Smart there, Chris Middleton. So they'll have guys that will be good mentors. And I assume obviously maybe one of these expirings will get flipped at the deadline for something. So we'll see what Washington is doing. But I think Washington's headed in the right direction. This is a team where I like the direction they're heading as opposed to the Pelicans.
yeah. Yeah, lots of young players, lots of expire. I mean, like, yeah, they're gonna have like they're in the top bottom five most cap for next season. There's a lot of teams that um I don't know if this is updated or whatnot, but there'll be some teams with some cap space more than this year. This year it's looking
It's
just
just the
like
Nets this
Brooklyn.
year. It's
Yeah,
just the Nets. That's it.
yeah. But next year there'll be some more. So all right, let's get to another trade here. How about the Nurkic trade today that happened? Nurkic for Collin Sexton and a second. I don't even know where to start with this trade, man.
I don't know,
I
man. I don't know. You
I
go
don't get
ahead and try to explain it. I didn't get this trade.
um uh well it's pretty confusing. Not sure what either. I mean, so Nurkic is going to uh to the Jazz. I don't know why they wanted Nurkic. That's one thing.
Uh,
Um you're just a young team. You got all these young players, and then you got Laurie. You're trying to build. You got Kaishan George. You got all these like young players. You just got AC Bailey, and then you just add Yusuf Nurkic. I didn't get that. I know we've said on this pod. You said it before as well. Like Utah's trying to win and stuff. Like that's what the team's been saying. They're trying to
that's
go and
what
win
they've
one a
been
little
saying,
bit.
right? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but Yusuf Nurkic is not the answer to that. So not sure there. Hornets getting Sexton. And that's weird because Ainge is usually pretty smart and does all these right things, and everyone gets scared of like doing trades with him. But this was I don't know if he's just trying to tell the league, hey, like come, let's talk some more trades. I can do dumb trades here and there. I don't know, I don't know what he's doing. The Hornets, they're getting Colin Sexton a second round pick. I don't know if that's just like LaMelo insurance in case he gets um,
I
hurt.
Yeah.
Uh,
I think it's just
uh,
a bench. It's depth.
yeah,
I think it's depth. I like to trade for the Hornets. I don't mind Colin
it's not.
Sexton.
Yeah, it's not bad. Like just have some Lamelo insurance. I mean their lineup is good. Lamelo, Brandon Miller, Conklin, Miles Bridges, Grant Williams, um,
Yeah.
and
They
then they have
drafted Kalkbrenner. He might actually get some big minutes at center. The center
yeah,
from Creighton. And then
uh,
who else is on the bench? They have some depth now with Sexton. Sexton is probably gonna be their sixth man.
yeah, for sure.
So he might be a six-man award contender
Trey
here.
Man, they got Trey Man
Oh, Trey
still.
Man. Oh, Trey Man's a free agent, no?
Uh, I,
He might be restricted. Um, we'll have to look at that. But no, I agree with you. I don't know what
Saloon,
the
yeah,
hell Utah's
Swan,
doing, but
yeah,
Utah, like I said, obviously Utah said they're gonna try to win, but that's complete bullshit. They're not gonna try to win. I think
yeah,
this is actually a tank move. That's the only explanation I see is it's a tank move because their pick next year is top 8 protected. So they're going to have to blow it up, I think. They're gonna try and lose, and they're just gonna give the keys to the young guys, Keyshawn or Keontae George,
yeah,
Ace Bailey. I think they're just gonna give the keys to them. And yeah, I know they say they're gonna Taylor Hendricks, Isaiah Collier too. So I think Walter Clayton Jr. Look, I like what Utah did in this draft. I thought they were
Yeah.
one of the winners on draft day, picking up Ace Bailey, and Walter Clayton. And Ace Bailey, obviously, there was questions about him reporting. He reported. So, yeah, their pick is top 8 protected next year. I suspect Lauri Markkanen will be on the move. One of Lauri Markkanen or Walker Kessler. They might hold on to. I know the Lakers fans have been hammering to get Walker Kessler. So, as a rim protector. So I don't know if
Yeah.
that's going to be, but I expect Lauri Markkanen to be traded because I expect this. Look, I'm they're not gonna try and win. The Utah Jazz are not gonna try and win. They have a top 8 protected pick. This is gonna be one of the worst. This might be the worst team in the West, like with record wise next
Right
year.
now, yeah.
Yeah, I expect it to be the worst team in the West
Yeah.
record wise. To be honest,
Whoa. Yeah, I mean,
um,
yeah.
I, yeah. I
I
mean, who
can't,
are
I can't.
Pelicans? I
Pelicans
don't.
at least have some
Yeah. I don't
yeah.
see anyone else worse than the Jazz. But let me see who I think their pick actually next year is Oklahoma City's top 8. I think it's top
Mhm.
8 protected. Let me see. I think it's Oklahoma City. Let me double check. It is top 8 protected next year, 2026. That's very tough. I don't. I have to double check. I don't see
Yeah.
it here. With 2020, yeah, Minnesota, Cleveland, swap. This is Utah, yeah. But anyways, it's top 8 protected. Yeah, so protections 99 through 30. Minnesota or Cleveland swap rights. Okay. So it's like one of those confusing swap rights picks, but it
Yeah.
is top 8 protected. So yeah, I think this is a tank move for Utah. I like the move for Charlotte. I think they pick up a 6-man. They pick up depth. I actually think Charlotte will be much better this year than last season. I think they will compete for a play-in spot at least this year, as opposed to the train wreck that was last
The
year.
one good
So
thing about Nurkic is that he has one more year left on his contract, so there's
yeah, but
that.
they're so did Sexton.
Sexton was also,
Sexton was also expiring, so it was
uh
expiring for. I think he was. I think he was. I think it was expiring for expiring. So I think the
uh,
thing. I think the problem is like if you posted this trade
yeah, you're
like
right.
if we
That
posted
is
this trade
true.
like before and was like people would be like, oh, why the hell would the Jazz do that? Like the Jazz could get way more for Collin Sexton.
Yeah,
And then yeah, and then I mean now it's like look, you would think like the Jazz would get way more for Collin Sexton. So yeah, man, I don't know. This is a weird trade from the Jazz part.
I'll try.
The only explanation is a tank in my opinion. Make the
Yeah,
team worse.
there's no yeah, I can't really figure out why they want Nurkic at all. If a tank move, that might be it. Nurkic gets
That's
hurt as
only
usual, plays like 20 games,
yeah.
and then
Then
they
you're
just
off him next year. He's worse than
yeah.
Sexton. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all. I think this could be like a potential like Brian Windhorst. What is going on in Utah, man? This is part 2 right here. Laurie Markkinen. I think Laurie Markkinen or Walker Kessler's on the move next, and this is just gonna be a
Laurie should ask for a trade. If I'm Laurie, I wanna be out. Like, what am I
yeah,
doing
man.
here?
Feels like Laurie's been on the trade block forever, and he's a great asset, man.
Yeah.
Like a big that could like
Oh,
shoot.
really good.
Yeah, man. Like a
He'd be
lot
a
of teams can use him. He
yeah.
must have like a good market.
He'd make a team, be a championship, he could be that type
Yeah,
of player easily.
He could like elevate like a Warriors or like a team like
Yeah.
that.
And the Warriors wanted him for, like, 5 picks at some point, like, I think a year ago, that was the big rumor, like, are they gonna
Yeah, I
do
feel
5
like his
picks?
value kind of diminished because he didn't have a good year last year
Yeah.
compared to previous years.
Um,
Yeah,
but alright, let's just go through some do you wanna do Kings or do you wanna do rapid fire with some, contracts that got signed? Should we
I
talk
think
Kings?
the Kings talks got to come next.
Yeah, all right, let's do some Kings talks. Kings talk. Keon Ellis. That was the guy everybody in the Kings fans that were waiting for. 2 o'clock. Are they going to extend him? What kind of extension he's going to get? Is he going to get 3 for 40? Is he going to get 4 for 55? What's the contract? What was the contract? Oh wait, they just picked up the option and just kept it at the 2 million, and we'll figure it out as an unrestricted free agent next year. Did not know that was pretty surprising. They just turned him into basically next year he'd be an unrestricted free agent. He's making his 2 point something million a year this year. And the expectation from the fans was that he's going to get an extension, maybe 3 4 years. That the Kings valued him a lot. That didn't happen. Now there is a chance that they can still extend him during. They have the whole year to extend him, so there's still time for that. And there's also the thing that where um, they are trying to make some free agent moves before actually extending him. That's what's coming out. It'd be absolute shocker. Maybe another. Just, I mean, we've had so many. The Kings have had so many terrible organizational moves, but for them to just let Keon Ellis go at the end of the year would be mind blowing stuff. But I still think they will extend them. That would be absolutely idiotic if they didn't. But I do think they just want to make some moves beforehand. I know the Dennis Schroeder stuff is being rumored for the Kings, so maybe they want to sign him before getting Keon. And I do believe uh, that Keegan Murray and Keon Ellis and Dennis Schroeder all have the same agent, or are from the same agency. So yeah,
Okay,
that could be
okay.
part of it. So that's some news that you haven't heard. All three of those guys are a part of the same agency, so there might be some handshake behind the door handshake deals of, hey, we just got to get Dennis Schroeder here, and then we'll extend them. We're just trying to figure out our cap situation.
100%. That's why I think it is. I think there's a handshake agreement behind doors with Keon and the Kings that he will be signed at some point this season. Doing all this for Dennis Schroeder, that's another thing. I'm not sure I would be moving the needle like this for Dennis Schroeder and rearranging. But I understand. Look, I understand. I don't understand Kings fans getting all emotional, getting all up in arms on Twitter, talking about waffling. We could go, oh, they're praising Scott Perry. Oh, look, he drafted Nick Clifford. He drafted Maxime Reynaud. Oh, I like the direction this heading. And now you log on today. Oh, what the hell are they doing? I thought we were headed in the right direction. Like, just calm down, man. Like, you guys need to relax. Like, this is just a salary cap. Like you said, they're just doing it for cap flexibility. You sign Keon now. That's going to hinder your flexibility for this summer if you want to make moves. Like, look, everyone needs to relax. Like, King's Twitter can be like so damn like emotional. Like, man, just waffling one side and another. Like, relax, man. Like, it's going to be okay. Keon is going to get extended with Sacramento. They have his bird rights, which just means that they can pay him pretty much more than any other team on a ascending contract. And they can do that. I think the deadline is February 9th, 2026. And I agree with what you said. I think they have a handshake. I think they have a handshake agreement behind closed doors. I don't understand why Kings fans are saying, "Oh, he's gonna be unrestricted free agent next summer. We're gonna
Yeah.
lose him. He's gonna take this as disrespect." Like, look, man. Do you think they haven't been communicating with each other? You think Keon's just been on vacation? Like, oh, I wonder when they're gonna offer me the extension. Like, no, man. Like, they have an agreement. It's just gonna happen at some point later. And look, I'm critical. I don't like. Look, I'm very critical of. I've been very critical of the Kings front office, even the hires like
Mhm.
Scott Perry. I didn't like, but look, man, I'm on their side on this one. Um, just give them time, see what they try to do with the cap flexibility. And then if you want to be up in arms when it's like January and there's no Keon extension, all right, that's fair. You could be up in arms, but right now, like, calm down. Like, it's the first day they picked up his option, and then there's also the other thing where like you let him go be a restricted free agent. Brooklyn throws a bag at him, and then you have to match it, and if you match it, it's gonna hinder your. And if they offer like such a huge contract that it hinders your options on what to do this summer, then that just screws you over for this summer. So pick up the option so that Brooklyn Nets are pretty much the only team that can offer him like I think like a 4-year $90 million deal or something.
Mhm.
So pick up the option and then you can work on it during the season. Keon isn't going to go anywhere. I think that I think he likes Sacramento. This team took a chance on him, undrafted free agent. I don't think there's any bad blood. Like, oh, people are saying, oh, he's going to go to a contender. He's not going to want to stay here. I think people are just jumping to conclusions, man. Like, just hold your horses. No need to be waffling on this front office just yet. Let's just wait until they make moves. And then further down the line, wait until the end of free agency. Wait until Keon is, not extended in January by the February deadline. Then go ahead. Then I will understand that outrage. But right now, it's crazy, man. Like, just relax. Everyone just needs to
Yeah.
relax.
Yeah, Keon Ellis is right down. I know Scott Perry loves the defensive mind players and stuff like that. That he's been pretty on the memo for that. So this is right down his alley. I think it, like we're saying, it's just like a kind of a order thing. Order matters here, where they do which financial free agent moves they make first and things like that. They've been communicating, like we said, Schroeder, Keegan, Keon, all from the same agency. They're all talking. We all know it. And behind the doors, they're like saying, "Hey, like let's just get Dennis Schroeder out here first, then we can extend them." Things like that. Maybe some prayers happen, and the Kings get Kaminga or something, and then that kind of gives gives Sacramento some life on
Are
some
they linked to anyone
hope.
besides Schroeder? Like I've seen Westbrook. Is that legit, or I haven't really looked
It's
into it?
basically Tyus Jones, Russell Westbrook,
And
Dennis
Schroeder.
Schroeder, and they have been linked with Jonathan Kaminga as well.
Yeah, I've seen the sign and trade stuff with Kaminga.
Kaminga, that
But
would
there's
be crazy.
also the Keegan Murray, like you said, like Keegan Murray's gonna be up for an extension too soon.
Yes.
So you're just gonna have to do some cap maneuvering with all this
The
money.
good thing about Keegan's extension is that it won't count towards this year. Like
Yeah. Oh, it kicks in next year, right?
yeah, it kicks
Yeah,
in
it kicks
next
in the
year.
next season. So yeah,
And
so that
even a worst case scenario, even let's say Keon does, let's say he just gets traded or something. That te-
right.
that team that trades for him, I think can extend him for whatever contract they want or that they agree with or something. So, or the Kings sign him and they do the contract. I don't know. There's ways to they'll be fine.
Oh yeah,
They'll be
yeah, they'll
fine.
be fine. Yeah, if they
Yeah.
do trade him, which I would be surprised, but yeah, they
Right.
would sign him and then trade
Yeah.
him, kind of type of
Exactly.
deal.
So,
So kind of like what, yeah, I guess like you said, Schroeder. There's Schroeder. I don't know if I would. I don't know. I think Schroeder said he would come back to Detroit, but that was a money thing. I saw him post that. He said
yeah.
like, look, he wants to be back in Detroit, but it's about the money and it's on Detroit's end. I don't know how much he's. I mean, he can't be asking for much, so I don't understand. Maybe there's a move in the cards here that we just aren't, because maybe a surprise move
Yeah.
that the Kings are plotting. Maybe like you said, Kuminga. Kuminga's gonna want like 30
I'd love
million.
that. I'd love that.
Like a Kuminga sign and trade to where they're just waiting. So there could be plenty of reasons. There's no reason to pay Keon. I mean, yeah, I guess you could have extended him. Like, but there's I see the viewpoint of what the front office is trying to do. Like,
Yeah.
there's no reason to spend that money when you can wait and spend it later when it's gonna hinder you. So yeah, man, I don't know. I don't know. The Kings. I think the King. We've been saying the Kings' priority, in my opinion, is to be getting off DeMar and Sabonis, and
DeMar
if
Levine
they
and
can
Sabonis.
Levine, yeah, DeMar
Yeah.
Levine, Sabonis. You need to start acquiring assets for those players if you can, but
Speaking
that
of
might be a trade deadline thing.
speaking of that, pairing DeMar said they'll be looking forward to working together. Thoughts on that from Flores? Yeah, I don't know if that's just to like boost up his trade value or something. I really hope that DeMar does not come back and we get like a young player or a pick or something. Um,
Yeah, I
but
thought
I don't
DeMar would
know.
be traded for like the 20th pick to Miami. I thought that was the move. But now it's pretty late. I mean, it's not late,
Yeah.
but like I thought he would have been traded by now. But that could just be, I don't
I
know.
mean, you
It's
could
looking
still. I
like,
mean,
what do
my
you think? What are the like DeMar starting like game one in like October? What do you think the odds are? Or not the odds, but like give me a percentage that he's on the Kings. Like
I'd probably
50-50?
go. No, I'm going 35.
35% chance he's on the Kings?
Yeah.
Wow. I
Is
would
that
say
low?
I think that's low. I think it would lean like
You think it's
55,
higher?
45.
Oh wow.
I just don't see the
Yeah.
market for him right now. I think he might be a guy that you have to trade like during the season.
I don't know. There's gonna be so many changes. Teams are gonna look at it. Demar's still a valuable player, and he has 1 year left, and I think the next one is a team option. I want to say
His
I can't
contract's
remember.
good, $24 million, team
Yeah,
option next year, right?
right. Yeah,
So
so
it's
it's
pretty
like you
much
just
expiring. $24
right.
million dollar expiring. That's a good
It's a
asset.
good contract. Yeah, so I think they could find a team to get that. He plays. He's a healthy. He plays a lot of his games, and a team that could use a score. I still felt like Houston would have been perfect, but I mean, like, just getting rid of a bad contract like Miami. If you give us like, if there's like, there could be a Jaime Jaquez and Terry Rozier type of play here or something. I don't know, like, or a Duncan Robinson and
I think
uh
if yeah, I
Jaime or
think you would need
something.
a pick. I don't know what. it's hard. That's the thing. Like it's hard to see where DeMar goes because Houston's off the table now. Miami, maybe. I don't know. Miami, honestly, Miami didn't even want Kevin Durant though. Like they were like they didn't. You saw like we reported like they didn't want to give up Jaime Hawkins and like all
Yeah.
these average
Yeah, yeah,
players to get Kevin
yeah,
Durant. So I don't know how in they're going to be on for DeMar DeRozan, and then look around the league. Like what other team is going to trade for DeMar DeRozan? He's I mean, yeah, he's a good scorer, but he's kind of a ball stopper, man. So
yeah.
teams don't like playing that type of basketball anymore.
I'm just
Um,
waiting for what East teams are gonna try to cook, and
yeah,
try to
there's that
do
Boston
something.
Jalen Brown. I've like Jalen Brown to the Kings if they just want to go like absolutely all
Oh,
in.
yeah.
If there's a deal there, but I don't think Jalen Brown leaves Boston. I don't think
No.
Boston wants DeMar. So I just finding a fit, man. What team can take? That's the problem with DeMar and Sabonis. Like you have to find teams that like fit their like play style. So
Yeah.
man, I don't know. It's hard. That's Miami and Houston were like the biggest ones that we would talk about. And now it's like I don't know, man. Teams might have to wait, like you said. East teams, if they just like start to panic and then take a shot on DeMar, need some scoring.
Yeah, you might be
Toronto,
right.
we talked about
Yeah,
Toronto.
Toronto. Yeah. I mean, yeah, you might be right. I mean, I think he will be traded for sure by the trade deadline no matter what. Like, what do you think
Yeah, I
that
agree with
percentage is? Like
that.
95 or
I
something?
agree with that. I agree with
Yeah.
that.
But yeah, game one, I mean, I don't know. That would be crazy if I mean, yeah, it looks like Flores is saying 70%. You guys both kind of on the same wavelength here that
Yeah.
more likely than not he's gonna be
That's
on,
true.
but
Like Flores saying Perry and DeMar said that. Like, I don't know. Why would they say that if Perry's trying to move him?
yeah.
I didn't see that, but if Scott Perry actually like if Scott Perry said that, then yeah, I mean that's not something you just say unless you want to be called a liar.
I
So
don't know, but what if he's just trying to say like, "Hey, we're working together because we're gonna try to get you traded." That's the work we're together we're trying to do.
this he said that they'd be looking forward to we're I guess if you want to talk about like if you're trying to like talk
Technicality.
semantics, like oh yeah, working together in the office during the summer on where to go.
Yeah.
Shout out Tristan. Tristan here, saying Heat, Hawks, Grizz. What do you think about those matches? Well, we just talked about the
Um,
Heat.
the
Well, the
Hawks
problem with
one's
the Heat,
not
we said, is they didn't even want Kevin Durant. They were not
yeah.
even willing to offer like Jaime Hawkins and like honestly players that aren't that good for and the 20th pick for Kevin Durant. So I think unless they rate DeRozan more, but I don't see that.
The Hawks don't really have anyone to trade for DeMar unless it's like a Kongwu, but I don't think they're gonna do that.
No, they're
So
not going to trade a Kongu.
yeah, they
DeMar,
don't have
yeah.
anyone.
He
And
could be
then
good for them off the
Grizzlies,
bench.
who?
I mean, the Hawks, like if
Yeah,
they
no,
really need a
I
score
think
off the bench,
it'd be a
that's
great
not a
fit.
bad fit actually.
It's a good fit, but they don't have any contracts that would kind of
They
get
have trade
like,
exceptions. They have 25 million in trade exception.
oh,
So the
that
Hawks
could
do
be
have $25 million in trade exception, which means they could use that to. That's actually not. That could be a move. That could be a move if they use a trade exception to get
yeah.
DeMar.
And then we just get one of their like
But
like young player or
if you
something
guys could get
that's
like a pick or like yeah, one of their young players. I don't know
they have
who they could.
I'm just naming Kobe Buffkin, Vit Krejci, Dominic Barlow, Mohamed Gay.
Oh, Mohamed Gay had some good, but Mohamed Gay's the only player that actually had some good minutes last year.
Yeah.
And he was a rookie last year, I believe. So maybe some picks. I don't know. Yeah, I think it would be like Mohamed Gay and like some pick, like even a pick because they have the trade exception. You could just trade for a pick. You could
Yeah,
just trade Demar
exactly.
for like a first round
Yeah.
pick. Just get
Yeah.
like even if it's like top 10 protected. Since they have a trade exception, you could just get a first round pick. So
Yeah.
you don't even have to get salary back in that instance. But if you could get a young player, that's actually a good shout, honestly. The
Yeah,
Grizzlies,
that's
I
so
don't know.
interesting.
I don't know about the Grizzlies.
Grizzlies, I mean,
Dude,
it it'd be like
Grizzlies
Casey,
maybe
but
might be a good fit because they trade away Bane. I don't know how the contract they're gonna lose Santi Aldama, I'm assuming, to free agency.
Brandon Clark is at $12.5 million,
You
Conchar
don't want you
6.
don't want that though. You don't want
Yeah,
Brandon.
we don't
You
need
don't
that.
want Brandon
I'd
Clark.
rather have the expiring and DeMar.
Yeah, you'd rather have the expiring and yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean,
Unless
well,
unless they're adding like Scottie Pippen Jr. or something.
oh, do you like Scottie Pippen Jr.?
I like
Yeah,
Scottie Pippen.
He
Yeah,
had a good
he looked
season
great.
last year
Yeah,
when he played for Ja Morant. That could
yeah.
be he could be a good point guard.
Or they get the Folsom boy, Jalen Wells
No,
to
it's not. They're not
Sacramento.
trading Jalen Wells. Stop, man. Not trading Jalen Wells. Gigi Jackson, maybe they'll trade, but salaries don't work there. Just looking at the
It'd have to be
salary,
Brandon Clark. It has to be Brandon Clark, Conchar, and
it have to be maybe Cole Anthony, Brandon Clark, and Cole Anthony. But they just
yeah,
traded for Cole Anthony, so I don't know if they can
they can
trade him.
trade
I
him
think he's
immediately.
locked. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um.
yeah. It'd have to be Brandon Clark, Conchar, and a
If you
young
could get
player
Scottie
a pick.
Pippen, that's not a
Yeah,
bad
that'd be
point
cool.
guard to have. 25 years old. Um. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see with
We'll
Demar.
see.
I think he'll be on the roster gamed
Yeah,
on in the opening night of the
game one.
season, and you think he won't. So it's
Yeah.
gonna be fun to monitor.
Let's move on here. A lot of stuff still to talk about. Um, let's just do the rapid fire with the contracts. Let's just get the rapid fire since we're talking some extensions and non-extensions. Um, we'll just do quick thoughts on each one. So Naz Reid, Minnesota. We'll start with Minnesota. They had two big time extensions here. Naz Reid contract. It
5 for
was a
125,
5 year,
right?
125. Yep.
25 million a year annual average value, right?
Yeah.
I like that
Uh,
deal. I think
I
that's a
think that's
steal.
fair. That's a very fair value.
Yep, I like that deal for Minnesota.
Can't complain. I think that's just a great value. 25 million
I think a
for
lot of
Naz
people thought
Reid.
he was gonna walk,
Oh yeah, yeah.
but I
They
think
gave him a
that's a
lot of
good deal.
years. I think that's why he's like, yeah, okay, I'll stay. They gave him
25
5
years
years.
old. Yeah, he'll be
That's
paying. Do you know if the last year is a team or option, or it might be a player
uh
option? Let me look. Uh, but he'll be 30 in his last year, which isn't even bad to be honest. Like in
no,
25
it's not
million,
bad at all.
you gotta know like the cap's gonna be going up.
He had a great year.
Um,
14 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists. He shot 46 and 38 from three,
no, he had a
70
great
from
year. I
free
think he
throw.
had a better year
Yeah,
last year actually, but let me see.
yeah. It's a great value play for them. Naz Reid at 25.
Yeah, good deal. Yeah, they have bird rights, so it's gonna be I think a sending deal, and they can pay him more than anyone. And yeah, he'll be an unrestricted free agent in 2030.
Okay, so
Good deal.
this is 5 years flat. There's no player or team option.
Uh, let me look.
And then the other one, while you're looking that up, is Julius Randle, 3 years, 100 million. Um,
What do you think about this deal?
this one, I don't know. I
I was
don't like. I
surprised by
mean,
this deal.
yeah, it's fine.
Player
I think
option
the
for
good
Naz Reid in the final year, by the way.
player option.
Yeah,
Okay, that's pretty solid. Even Abu's
good
happy
deal
about
for him.
that, I guess. But yeah, a
Julius,
hundred, 100 million, yeah, for 3 years for Julius. I'm a little bit. I'm kind of contemplating on this one. Like, it's not bad.
really?
It's not terrible. Like, I have to look at their whole like situation, but I personally don't love Randall. He has been playing a lot better in his past years and stuff, but I don't know. I think it's fine. Like 33 million. I think it's fair value for Julius the way he's been playing and stuff. Like, I don't know. I think it's fine. I'm not like so hyped about or so down on it. What do you think?
I don't like. I agree with you. I don't like Randall. I didn't like his game, but I thought he stepped up this year, and I really like this deal. 33 million for Julius Randle, who was the second best player on the team that made the Western Conference Finals again. Like, I mean, there's people talking about giving Keegan Murray $30 million a year, and you got this all star for
Yeah.
$33 million a year. I thought he would ask for more, given his pedigree, given what he's done in the league. So I was shocked that the Timberwolves got him at such a low number. He's only 30 years old. So he's kind of in his prime here, at the tail end of his prime, and it's a tradable contract. Like, and 2 years down the line, if it doesn't work out, then you can trade him. I thought the fit wasn't bad this year. I thought the Timberwolves were fine with Julius Randle. I don't think that. I think that. I don't think he's. I think he's like he's improved his game. He isn't as bad as he was when he was on, like, as a Lakers fan. I did not like Julius Randle when he was on the team, and then watching him on the Knicks, I think that just might have been a redundant fit with him and Jalen Brunson. But for $33 million a year with the cap going up, and I mean Jonathan Kuminga is asking for $30 million a year. I think you give Julius Randle $33 million a year for 3 years. So, do you know if there's a player option on this one? I think it might just be flat.
Do
Um,
not.
I think it might be if it's a team option on the third year. Randle, I think it's just flat. Let me see. Okay,
Uh,
player option on the last year. So there's $30 million. Yeah, $30 million player option.
yeah, for his
Yeah,
last year. Yeah,
27-28 season. Yeah. So I like this
yeah,
deal. I think this is good move for the Timberwolves. Because what else are you gonna do with? I mean, I don't know what else you're gonna do if you're the Timberwolves. You're gonna lose you're gonna lose Nickeil Alexander-Walker. You couldn't keep Randall, Naz Reid, and Nickeil Alexander-Walker.
yeah. They
So
got
I
the
think they
two.
kept the right two at
Yeah,
the
yeah,
price points.
for
I
sure.
think they kept the right two in my opinion.
Yeah, I think it's fair value. Yeah, like he could have asked for like 40 or something like that, but
Yeah.
33 is fair. I think he did take a little bit of a cut, but yeah, I think it's fine. Yeah, I think it's fair value. I can't say anything more. I think it's
Yeah,
fine.
Floor is
Minnesota can make a
agreeing,
little run.
saying he's okay with
Yeah.
that signing. That's not overpaying. Matthew disagreeing. Well, Matthew just might think he's trash, which is whatever. That's a fair opinion. I see why people don't like Randall. Kings
Uh,
will not pay 5 year,
no,
$125 million. No, no
no,
way.
I think now,
That's what he's eligible for, Keegan.
yeah, he can get like 30, if the Kings give it to him.
Do you think?
I think
No way
the
he gets 30 though.
no, no, he's not getting 30. I think it will be like a 23, 24 mil a year.
That sounds
And
about
even,
right.
yeah,
I would.
I,
I wouldn't pay more than. I wouldn't pay. I would pay him. I would try to get him for 20. I don't know,
I'm
23,
just gonna,
24. Didn't Jabari? I mean, we can talk about Jabari Smith
yeah,
there. Was
yeah,
that five for
yeah,
122? That
yeah,
Jabari Smith that just signed for 5 for 122.
yeah.
I think I like Jabari way more personally. I know Jabari had
Oh,
a
wow.
down year. I prefer Jabari way more over Keegan Murray. I think he's just in a tough situation for him to get minutes and develop. But I guess the production, I'd be interesting
It's
to see
very
like
similar. They're very similar
similar,
together.
right?
Like, yeah, yeah, it's
Yeah.
very
So
similar. Like points, like rebounds.
yeah, that's
Very,
the
it's
thing.
very
The
close.
production, like I prefer Jabari's ceiling. But
Yeah,
if the production is similar, then I mean, if you're Keegan's agent, you're gonna be like, hey, look, Jabari just got this. Numbers are similar,
exactly. Yeah,
so he's gonna.
that's what he gonna. Yeah, he's gonna get around like exactly that, like 24 million or whatever it is.
So I think you're right.
Um,
I think he's gonna get the 500 to 100, 125. I think that's what the Keegan Murray deal is gonna be.
and like you said, I do agree the ceiling for Jabari is a little bit higher uh than
Keegan.
Keegan's, and that's mainly because Jabari's 22 and Keegan's gonna be is 3 years older. He's like 30,
Oh yeah, good
25.
point. Jabari's very young.
Yeah,
Jabari came into
Jabari's
the league very
very
young.
yeah. So that's big time for that. So yeah, he has
That's another
this
deal I love for the Houston Rockets.
yeah. Yeah, just going on those deals, like that's a great deal for Jabari. I think it's fair value. Like if he's their, if he's their like third, fourth, if he's their third best player, obviously it's a great deal. Fourth best player, it's a great deal. Fifth
Yeah, he's
best
gonna be the
player,
starting four this year. I think
yeah,
he lost his spot last year because Amon he
yeah,
got injured and then Amon took his spot, but now he's gonna be starting. Dylan Brooks gone,
yeah,
and he's gonna get more minutes. So
yeah. It'll be Van Fleet, Amon,
yeah,
Durant, Jabari, Sengun.
right.
So yeah, he'll be. I didn't know he's cousins with Kwame Brown. Wow.
Jabari Smith.
Yeah.
Not
That's
really,
pretty random.
man. But I like that
Anyway,
deal.
yeah, that's a great deal. Other one here. Um, I mean, I guess do we want to talk about I don't know when the Van Fleet one happened, but
Two
if
for
we're doing
50.
Houston, yeah, 2 for 50 for
He
Van Fleet.
opted
What'd you think
out
about?
and took 2 for 50. Yeah. I mean, I think that's a great deal for Houston.
Yeah.
I mean, what else you can use the money on? 25
Yeah.
million a year for a proven NBA champion. Great deal for Houston. I think people thought he was going to get more. His option was like 30 million, I think. So he took less money for more years, I believe, because his team option was around 33 million.
Mhm.
So they declined the team option and signed him for 2 for 50. So good deal for Houston.
Yeah. Well, what he was getting paid like 45 million a year or something like that, right?
At one point in his career with the Raptors, right?
Um,
Or with the wait, let me
I
see.
think he was getting I think he was getting paid that much.
For Houston? Wait,
I'm
wait, wait,
I
wait.
want to say it is, man.
Oh wow, I didn't know that. Um, I thought he was getting paid like 30 million a year.
No, I thought it was like a 3 year. He signed like a 3 year, 128 million or something. 3 years, 128 with Houston.
So he signed
Um,
3 years, 128. Yeah, he was getting 42 million. You're right.
yeah. So
It
he's.
might have
I
been
mean,
a descending contract. No, it might have been. No, it shouldn't be. That's
it
that's
was
too
probably
much.
around 45. Yeah.
Yeah, that's 42 million. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. So I mean, like, yeah,
Uh,
he's taking way less money. And Fred VanVleet, I mean, he's still actually like a. If you look at his like EPM like numbers, like he's still like a positive, a pretty good like positive net player,
he was
like
like
for
the
the last like
best
few
player
years.
in the. He was one of the best like top two players in the playoffs
Yeah.
this past year.
Um,
Like he was like one of their only scorers, and he's like a proven
He's
NBA
just a
champion.
he's been a bad, like, shooter and stuff. That's this thing, like, he's not a good shooter and stuff, and he's inconsistent
He's
shooting.
inconsistent. Yeah.
But when he's making shots, like, he's a really good point guard. If he's making those shots, man, like, Houston won the games that they won because when he's
Yeah.
making his shots, that's how they win the games, as long as he's making them. So,
Yeah.
I think it's a fair value again. I mean, maybe they should have gotten him for, like, he's probably, like, yeah, 20 to 25, but 25 is fair. I mean, he's not gonna like he was getting paid 45. He's not gonna go down to like 10 after that. So,
Yeah. Player option
it's
in the for the 26-27 season. So
okay, nice.
that is a good deal for yeah, like you said, yeah, because he declined it was a $45 million team option, so they did decline that and gave him the 2 years,
Yeah,
50 million. So yeah, he
that's
just
fair.
took more years. So yeah, that's a good deal for Houston.
Mhm.
I like that deal. I like what Houston's doing. Besides, I mean, I'm not. We spoke about the Kevin Durant deal a couple episodes ago, but other than that, yeah, I think that they've been absolutely cooking. I wonder what they're gonna do with Kim Whitmore. That's a guy that the Kings should target, to be honest.
Oh yeah, yeah. Kings should try to. I
Kim
think it's
Whitmore.
somehow.
But I think he ends up in Brooklyn if I had to guess because I think that he's gonna want high usage and Brooklyn has the money. So if they do
Mm,
trade him, I think Kim Whitmore will end up in Brooklyn. I don't
that's a
know if they
good take.
will.
I like that take. I like that
Yeah,
take a lot.
yeah, I think that would be a good landing spot for him actually. So we'll see.
Um, let's say it right here. Okay, so James Harden declined his option. He's signing a for $81 million contract. I think I want it's a 2 year
2 years,
contract.
81 million, right?
Yeah, and I think I mean that's a lot of money, but it's the Clippers. It's Steve Ballmer, and he did play pretty well last year, so um, can't really hate it. He's living in a city, LA, and I don't know. I think it's fine for the Clippers to stay relevant. I think it's fine.
I'm over Harden, man. Like after you have a performance like that in Game 7, man.
It's another,
I mean, whatever, dude. Like 2 years, so I mean, average annual value around 40 million. Like obviously, the Clippers kind of had no choice but to give it to him.
yeah.
Did he make All NBA? No, he didn't, right? I don't think he made All NBA,
Uh,
but he was close. Like he was on like fringe. He was on some people's All NBA 13 ballots this past season.
yes.
Look, he had a
Yeah.
good season, but this is what we talk about, like 82 game players versus 16 game players.
Yep.
I understand why they had to give him the contract, but look, man, I'm just over Harden, man. We've seen it enough. 35 years old. Like I think he's gonna like decline. Like he's one of those players that kind of relies on that first step, that explosive first step. So
How
I
many
mean,
games
40
did
million isn't too bad,
if
huh?
I ask you how many games did James Harden play last year, what would you guess?
Wow, I would say he played over 70, 75.
Yeah, he played 79.
Yeah,
79
I don't
games
remember
played.
missing games. Yeah,
Yeah.
hey man, he did not miss any games last year. I don't
And he
remember
was
him
an
on the injury
all-star.
report.
He
He
was
was
an
an
all-star.
all-star. Yeah, he was an all-star. He was borderline. Look, he had a great regular season,
Yeah,
but that game
yeah.
7, man,
Yeah,
just leaves a
it's the
sour
same
taste in your
story.
mouth. Like if you're not gonna do it in the playoffs when they need you most, like
Yeah,
I get why they gave it to him. There's no one else. What else are you gonna do with that money? You kind of have to
yeah.
run it back if you're the LA Clippers and just see what you can do. See if you can make moves. Maybe bring in like I don't know. Bring in a free agent. I don't know. I don't know who's out there. De'Aaron Sharp. I mean, I don't know.
No, yeah, they don't have many
They
options,
had no
and,
option. Yeah, they didn't
yeah,
really have any
they get to
option, but
keep
they
an
did.
all-star in
Yeah, they had
LA.
to
He's a
exactly.
popular name. People, the fans love him, so,
Yeah,
um
exactly.
all right, let's get to another trade we missed here. that just happened. I think maybe yesterday. Lonzo Ball is on his way out, Chicago, and he's going to the Cleveland Cavaliers for Isaac Okoro. Uh, I like Lonzo Ball a lot. I like Lonzo Ball a lot, and I like what Cleveland did here. I don't know what Chicago was doing. Not a really the greatest value for him. I get it. Okoro's a good defensive little wing, but I don't know. I like Lonzo Ball, so I like the little risk that the Cavs are taking to kind of which kind of shows actually also is Darius Garland on the move.
Okay, let's relax. I don't think they're moving Darius Garland. To be honest, this is like an irrelevant trade. Like we go on to the next one. To me, like I'm not like I like Lonzo Ball, but his injuries are too worrisome for me. He's not going to play a lot of games. We just saw how long and treacherous these playoffs can be. I don't think he can last like a whole playoff season, let alone a regular season. So yeah, man, I'm just out on this. I don't care much for this trade. I will say it's another 1-for-1 trade like last year. Hey, Caruso for Giddy. So out of both front office, I don't know what you're doing. I guess they wanted to do another 1-for-1 player trade. Hey, so if this is any indication, then congrats to the Cavs for winning the 2026 NBA title, just like OKC did when they traded for Caruso. So no, I think Alonzo Ball was. I think that this is just because they're going to lose Ty Jerome. I guess they want to take a flyer on Lonzo Ball, but this is not a trade to really look too deeply into. I wouldn't. It's going to be. It's a nothing burger for me. Like I don't really care, to be
All right,
honest. I don't
let's
care about for Isaac Okoro either. Like
no,
good defensive player, zero offensive ability.
yeah.
Lonzo Ball is like, yeah, I don't know, man, just too injury prone. Like barely plays. His peak was like before he had to get that ligament transplant, so cartilage. So yeah, it's whatever to me.
All right, let's get to the final two topics here. Do you want? We're gonna end it with the Lakers here. Two of the big. We're end it with Lakers in Portland, I guess. But there might be some rumors of that being of relevance. DeAndre Ayton saying getting waived by the Blazers. Pretty big, pretty. That's pretty crazy. I
Yeah,
was kind of shocked at that. He's a free agent. Anyone can sign him now. Um, I guess they really, really did not like him, want him. They got Donovan Clingan, and they got Yang as well from their draft. So I guess Yang's getting minutes now, which I did not
Robert
think was going to
Williams.
happen. Oh
Robert
yeah, they got
Williams.
Robert Williams if he's healthy. Yeah, he's healthy. Yeah, that's true. But yeah, I don't know. Like, yeah, I mean, I guess they didn't really like him. He's not producing. His motive is still being lazy. That's his MO. It's just not a hardworking player playing for the money, and it's looking like that's more and more the number one pick in the 2018 NBA draft. So um, I don't know. It's pretty crazy. Number one player like this just getting waived after 5 years. What is it? It's been 7 years, but yeah, I
Yeah,
don't
what did
know.
what did they give up to trade for Aiden? Do you remember? Let's look up that trade. But yeah, so I
Uh,
guess he had a so he was an expiring $35 million. But yeah, you rarely see this anymore in the NBA, like buyouts.
yeah.
You rarely see like the buyout for a guy that's 26 years old, the former number one pick. Usually, like if I was Portland, I don't know why they didn't shop him from the Portland perspective. I feel like they could have got something.
Mhm.
But then again, we just were smoking Portland for trading Anthony Simons for Jrue Holiday. So, and then they drafted Hinson Yang, which I was not a fan of that pick. So,
Portland's not doing well lately, man.
yeah, I don't
Not
know
doing
what
well. Yeah.
Portland's doing. They started off good too, like Shaden Sharp and like their draft
Yeah.
picks. Like they made a lot of good moves. A lot of people thought their upward trajectory. Mike Smith, who they hired from ESPN to be like who's their assistant GM. But look, as a Lakers fan, I'm out on Ayton, to be honest. I do not want Ayton. I don't understand why Lakers fans want Ayton. He's not a good rim runner, which is what Luka really thrives with, a good rim
Mhm.
runner. He can't stretch the floor. He's not a good three-point shooter. He's like a he's like a mid-range. He's a good mid-range shooter, I guess. That's pretty much it. Good when he's like when good on the short roll, I guess, but I mean, like you said, lazy. I mean, he is who he is, I feel like at this point. He
Yeah.
strikes me as one of those players like where he's just not gonna reach the heights that people had expected for him when they took him number one. Phoenix did. I just feel like he's sort of, I feel like he is who he is at this point. He's not the prototypical center that you want with Doncic. In my opinion, you need like a rim runner, a real like interior protector. I would rather go for someone like I mentioned, Darren Sharp from the Brooklyn. I think he's an underrated player
Yeah.
that the Lakers should sign. Or even like Brook Lopez. I would rather have Brook Lopez because he can shoot the three ball. DeAndre Ayton can't stretch the floor like him. So I think Lakers fans and honestly in general, I think that people are they're just sort of banking on the draft capital with Ayton and hoping that it kind of reminds me of like Ben Simmons. People always taking that chance on
Oh
Ben
yeah.
Simmons.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll figure it out here. But hey, man, I feel like they're just Ben Simmons and DeAndre Ayton are just cut from the same cloth. Like they just don't have the hunger, honestly, or like the work ethic or like the desire to. They're just getting paid to play basketball, man. Just
I
walk into the
forgot that.
gym.
I forgot that DeAndre Ayton got suspended for 25 games in 2019. I just
Oh, for
forgot that.
PEDs.
Yeah.
Oh wow, I
I
forgot
forgot.
about that too. When he was on
Yes.
Phoenix, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh
That's pretty
wow,
funny. That was
he
like
was like
the year
second
after.
year. That was like his second year
Yeah,
too.
second year.
Yeah.
Pretty funny.
So yeah.
Just throwing the trade since you asked, I'll say that it was a part of a three-team trade. It was part of that Damian Lillard trade.
Oh wow.
Um,
Right. Right.
so it was trade. So he was traded by Phoenix with Kamara, Tumani Kamara,
Oh
to the Portland
wow.
Blazers. So at least they got
Tamani
Kamara in the
Kamara came
trade.
from Phoenix, right? I
Yeah.
forgot about that. That was a steal.
Yeah, so at least they got that with Ayton, and the Bucks traded Grayson Allen to the Suns. The Bucks traded Jrue Holiday, 28 first round pick, a 29 first round pick, and a 2030 pick to the Blazers. And the Blazers traded Damian Lillard to the Bucks, and they also traded Keon Johnson, Nasir Little, and Yusuf Nurkic to the Suns.
Yeah, that
Um,
was a big time
yeah,
trade. That's a lot of
yeah,
pieces, but
a lot of
yeah,
pieces.
at least they got Tumani Kamara. That's why they're probably willing to buy him out. Like, hey, we're good,
Yeah,
man. We're good with Ayton. We're just gonna go ride the Yanks train and Donovan Clingan, who they drafted last year, and Robert Williams. So, yeah, Matthew saying PDs yeah, that's crazy. Taking PDs and still being that bad. Man, that's crazy. Derek Lively was OP at one point. Derek Lively's good though. I feel like Derek Lively would be perfect. Like if the Lakers can get like Derek Lively, if they wanna to hit up Nico Harrison's line
Blazers
again.
Blazers do have from the Bucks, which is kind of something to note here. They do have
Yeah.
the Bucks like trade swap pick potential. So just in case Bucks could lose Giannis for like 28, 29, 30,
Oh wow. They have
Blazers have
some
that
picks down
stuff.
the line.
Yeah. So yeah,
I don't know. Yeah, the
28.
Blazers they have
Yeah.
assets, man. They can,
Yeah.
but they're not. I don't think they're going to be a playoff team in the West, but in a couple
No.
years, a year or two. But I mean, I don't understand the Drew
Not if
Holiday
they're
move.
doing yeah, not if they're doing these type of moves,
Yeah, I
man.
don't understand, man. I like
Yang,
you
Drew
said,
Holiday, and Aiton buyout,
letting
man.
Aiden move for nothing. Yang, exactly. That's three bad moves in a week
Yeah.
right there. So yeah, that's very roaring for a front office, in my opinion. So yeah, if I was the Lakers, I'm out. I'm out on Ayton personally. I'm good off Ayton. I mean, they might not have no choice just because the center market is pretty much like Ayton, Lopez, Darren Sharp, who would personally be my pick. I think they're gonna need at least two centers too. So they're probably
Yeah.
like if I was them, I'll just get Sharp for mid level maybe, and then Ayton, or even like cheaper. You could get Sharp for like probably 7-8 million, and then like Brook Lopez if they can trade for him, or if he's a free agent. I think so. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm not. I'd rather have those two than Aiden personally.
No, for sure. Just want to give a shout out to everybody here. Thanks for coming to the show. Like, subscribe. Appreciate you guys coming. We're gonna give a lot more content here, twice a week here. Doing free agency, summer stuff. Gonna be more interviews too as well. We had Ravneet Singh for the draft expert last week. We're gonna have a lot more interviews. So appreciate everybody here. Keep coming through. Keep subscribing. Keep liking. Shout out to everybody here, Matthew Flores. Tristan, all you guys. Appreciate the comments, any questions, love to hear them.
Yeah, man. If you guys
Um,
have any questions, Kings questions,
yeah,
anything, we talked about Keon Ellis, we talked about Keegan, we talked about DeRozan, pretty much everything, man. I mean,
let's get to the last topic. King James. King James. Is he staying? Is Rich Paul planting seeds, man? Is he planting seeds for LeBron James to potentially get traded in one of his final years of his career to try to get a championship? I feel like that was a seed planting quote from Rich Paul. I'm not. I don't know. I don't know if you're pulling it up, but I'm not. It's not word for word. But basically, he
I'll
said,
pull up the
"Hey,
quote. You want me to pull up the quote?
I mean, basically, he just said, "Hey, we know Lakers are playing for the future. They're trying to get, they have good players for the future, but LeBron wants to win now, and we want to get him a ring." Something like that.
Rich Paul, quotation marks. He knows the
Here
Lakers
we
are
go.
building for the future. He understands that, but he values a realistic chance of winning it all. We are very appreciative of the partnership that we've had for 8 years with Jeannie and Rob, and consider the Lakers as a critical part of his career. So there's a quote.
All
I
right,
mean,
there it
is anyone
is.
surprised? Is anyone surprised? LeBron's been doing this his whole career, man. His whole career, he drops little nuggets. He
Yep.
did it with Pat Riley. He did it when he was his first leaving the Cavs the first stint. He did it if you remember when he left the Heat and he dropped those crumbs about Kyrie. Um when he left the Heat, sorry. Yeah, and
Yeah.
he's like, hyping up Kyrie, and he said something about Andrew Wiggins. If you remember when they drafted Andrew Wiggins, because they
Yeah.
used
Yeah.
that pick to trade for him.
Great for him. Yep.
So yeah, he would like he mentioned the guys, but he didn't mention the pick. So I mean, he's been doing this his whole career. I think that the problem this time around is it's a different NBA. So it's harder to just trade for a superstar. This isn't the old CBA where, look, if LeBron wants to go to Cleveland, like Flores is mentioning here, Cleveland, it's
Yeah.
gonna be hard. Is I don't see how Cleveland's gonna make it. Like, what you have to make the salaries match. LeBron has a no trade clause, first of all, so he has to sign off on it.
I
So
got
I
to
think
trade
this
for it.
is, huh? You have
I
to
got to
want to
trade.
trade for him. Oh, you got to
Yeah.
trade from Cleveland?
Yeah. I got to trade from Cleveland.
Okay, let's hear it.
Jared Allen and Darius Garland. That's it.
Jared Allen and Darius Garland for LeBron James. Sign me up as a Lakers fan. I'll do that ASAP. If I'm the Cleveland Cavaliers, does that really make you a championship contender? In my opinion, no. It makes you, if anything, maybe I don't want to say slightly worse, or slightly better, but it doesn't move the needle in my opinion. Do you think that makes them like a championship contender compared to what they were before? I think Cleveland can compete with what they have
Um,
now. If I'm Cleveland, like I don't like. Do I really need LeBron? Like 40-year-old
right.
LeBron? I mean,
Yeah.
LeBron's defense
No,
second half of
definitely.
this year, last year was good. Like he stepped it up, but this isn't prime LeBron you're trading for. So, and Jared Allen and Darius Garland are two young pieces that unfortunately Darius Garland got hurt in these playoffs, but the East is wide open. If I'm Cleveland, I don't do that deal. If I'm the Lakers, I'm smashing
Yeah,
that
you do.
step.
No, for sure. Yeah, like
Um,
the Cleveland's still like in the second cap, I believe, so it's still kind of tough for them once they're out of that
that's the thing. They're in the
second
second apron.
apron.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're in the
once they're out of
second apron. So we
then
just
they can
listed
make it
like
a
all
little
the
easier.
restrictions. So
Yeah,
this is why I mean, like it's hard for teams. Obviously, Cleveland is a team that everyone's saying, but it's hard. This is a different CBA. You can't just trade for it's not easy to trade for LeBron. You have to match the salaries. You need him to waive the no trade clause, and the Lakers are going to want assets back. So you're
yeah,
pretty much going to make the team that LeBron is going to is going to be worse. So in my opinion, this quote is like more to put more pressure on the Lakers,
yeah.
to put more pressure on the front office to do something. Look, I think I can see where it's like planting the seeds, but I think it's early seeds, man. Like this is
Well, how
very,
many more
very
years?
early.
How many more years he's got? He's got 2 years max, right? I don't think he's playing more than 2 more years. He could, but
2 years
I
max.
feel
I'll say 3 years max. 2 years probable.
yeah.
Um,
Three
because how?
years is crazy. He's gonna be
Yeah,
like
he's looked. I mean,
43,
he
bro.
looked. Yeah, he's gonna be 43, which is crazy. But I mean, that's max. That's like the top max. I
Yeah,
mean, two
most
years
likely two
probable.
years is
Most likely
probably
two
yeah,
years. Yeah, I'd just say
yeah,
3 years max.
yeah.
But I guess this is why maybe he opted in so that he can ask for a trade down the line, as opposed to like opting out and maybe extending him to where if he did that, then I don't think he could be traded for a while. So
Yeah.
that's maybe why he opted in. I know there's a little surprise as to why he opted in. I know a lot of Lakers fans were hoping he would opt out, take less money, but I guess he wanted to maybe he opted in so he could take the 53 million so that then he can get traded that way
Yeah.
sooner. So that could be a reason why he opted in. But in my opinion, right now, this is too early to say it's like a trade request. I think this is more like
No,
putting
it's not.
pressure on the front
Yeah.
office. I just don't see where he can go to like I mean maybe he's eyeing a team in the East because the East is so
It's
weak.
way easier. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
but
mean, he could like they could New York can try to figure out a way or something. I don't know, like New York or
New
I
York
mean,
is the team that I was thinking. New York
yeah,
is the
yeah,
one team where I could see him wanting to play there. One, and like
yeah,
if New York just sends like Carl Anthony Towns back, like just
yeah.
cap for LeBron, like the Lakers get a stretch five that
With Luke.
LeBron wants to leave, then obviously they're gonna. If LeBron wants to leave, they're gonna obviously listen to his demands because otherwise he'll just go for free, walk on a free next summer. So New York is the one team where I could see LeBron wanting to go more than yeah,
There it
it's like
is.
LeBron for cat swap
There it
or like
is. Naf called it right here.
no, I didn't say it's gonna happen, but I'm saying New York is
Potential.
more like I think New York is the most. If LeBron gets traded, I think the New York Knicks are where he gets traded to. That's all I'm gonna say.
Right.
I don't think New York will give up. Like I think you can make like OG and McKell too. Like OG and McKell for LeBron can work, but
Mm.
I don't think that the New York Knicks are willing to just sacrifice their defense that much to trade for LeBron. But if you if you did that trade, that might move the Knicks into hey, I mean, maybe just, but then again, LeBron and Jalen Brunson might be an awkward fit. So
Well, they need another guy that can score because Brunson was the only guy that was kind of like they were just
yeah,
putting so much pressure on him. At least LeBron can at least
yeah,
free it up or
LeBron can
something.
free him up. Yeah, that's true. It could be maybe like a LeBron Kyrie partnership right there. A little
Yeah,
throwback that could
that's
work.
true. I
That
like
could
that. I
work,
like
man.
that, Naf. That's a good
That
call right
that could
there.
work. But I don't. I think it's early. I think if he does, then I think we'll start hearing in like January,
Well,
December.
that's what I'm gonna say. I was gonna make a little guarantee here. Not a guarantee. Let's just put this as a little hot take. Hot take. I don't even know if it's a hot take at this point, but it is planting the seeds. I'm thinking if the Lakers aren't a top three seed by the trade deadline, he's gone. LeBron James
Wow.
will be gone if they are not a top three seed in the West
Wow.
at the trade deadline.
Gone at the trade deadline? Gone
Yeah,
February 2026?
absolutely.
Wow. So
Absolutely.
LeBron is wearing a different jersey March 2026 if the Lakers are not a top 3 team in the West.
Correct. I
Wow,
think
that is a hot take.
he's gonna feel the
Wow.
pressure, the panic at that time. It's gonna be 8 months from now. He's gonna be like, "Hey, man, I can't be like I got to go to a team now, or else I got to get one more ship. I got to get one more ship for my legacy. I don't have too much time. We got to get this going." Rich Paul planting the seeds 8 months early.
It's
Um, I,
early, man.
I think I think they're trying to do it for this season. So,
I think they're trying
um,
to get I think number one, they're trying to get the Lakers to make a move free agency, and I think that's a good point. I think that's what it is. I think if the Lakers aren't like a top 4, top 5 team or top 6, honestly, like top 6, if they're not looking good anyway, if
yeah,
they're not competing, like beating the top teams in the West, if they're just like getting like blown out by them, and it doesn't look like they're going to be a championship contender, then hey man, I think I think that might be what he's planning on doing. But right now I think this is more a shot towards Lakers front agency to make a move. But
yeah.
yeah, man, like Flores is saying, that's a hot take.
I mean,
We'll
what moves
see.
can the Lakers make like that can like really change them? Like that's what I'm saying. Like they got to trade those first rounders. Like is that what they want them
I
to
mean,
use
Austin
those?
Reeves, they could move Austin Reeves. They'll like have to sign like use the mid level to sign like I don't know if Darren Sharp can take a jump and looks good. If they could find some like hidden gems, maybe new ownership will make a
Yeah,
difference.
they'll spend some more money, but I don't know. Like even if you're
No, they
trading
can't really
Reeves,
do
like
anything. Yeah.
yeah, they're a little hard capped. Reeves is still like a good player. Like even if you trade Reeves, like I don't know, like if you're gonna get way more better value than Reeves when you trade him. I don't know.
Yeah.
But the only thing I can think
I
of
don't
is
know. It
first
depends.
round
Like,
picks.
well, they might like maybe if they could get like Nikhil Alexander Walker from the mid level, if they could get him to join, and then hey, you never know. Maybe they could just find pieces like hidden gems in to where it's
Yeah,
like December and they have a good record. They're like top 2 team in the West, and I mean, obviously they
Yeah,
And
if
then
Dalton
I don't
makes a
know.
leap
It
or
depends.
something.
It's hard. You never know. Like I mean, who thought the Mavs would be in the finals? I mean,
Yeah,
the Mavs set the blueprint with how to build around Luca. The Lakers just have to follow it. It's really that simple.
we'll
Like,
see if also Rui and Finney
oh,
Smith get
Rui, yeah.
resigned.
No, Finney Smith. Yeah, Finney Smith declined his option. That's another thing we didn't mention. So he's a free
Yeah,
agent.
so we don't
So
know what's gonna happen.
he's gonna want to. Yeah, he declined it because he knows his worth, man. He knows
Yeah,
the Lakers are gonna need to pay players like Doris Finney-Smith. So
and Luca likes him. They know
Luca,
that.
like, yeah, he did well with Luca. So hey, I think this is what it is. I think that's why he sent this out. That he set this out today because he wants to see what they do. But hey, man, for someone that said that ring culture is toxic and to come out and say that he wants to win championships today, this is why LeBron, man, he's just so inconsistent with like his takes and stuff. Oh wow,
Yeah.
Matthew called me out. Still as hot as Minnesota Western Conference Final champions. Yeah, that was. I don't know. This might be a hotter take, honestly. I
Yeah.
did say the Timberwolves would win the West, but I think this might be a hotter take than that. I mean, this is definitely more of like a free agency take. So
Yeah,
crazy,
still
man.
a lot of stuff to be settled here. Matthew also asking, is that what you're gonna show here? What place?
Go ahead. Yeah.
What number do we finish at this year placing wise? I'm assuming he's talking the Kings. Right now, I'm thinking the only teams that are worse than us is you,
Pelicans, Jazz.
Pelicans, Jazz. And I mean, I even think Pelicans could be better.
Pelicans
I
have
think
Poole, Fears, Zion, Derek Queen,
Trey
Trey
Murphy.
Murphy, Herb Jones.
Yeah,
Yeah, I like to play. I like to play. I like the Pelicans players like
yeah,
individually, but my problem with the Pelicans is they don't really like mesh. Like those guys, like Zion and Derek Queen's a weird fit, and Eves
yeah.
Meatsy is just a weird fit. Jeremiah Fears and Jordan Poole's a weird fit. Yeah, that's my problem with the Pelicans. But I do like Trey Murphy a lot. If Trey Murphy's still there, I still think the Kings should be better than that.
hmm
Who else?
Um, yeah, that's pretty much it
Portland,
there.
Portland. Floor is saying Portland. What do you think?
Portland,
I think Portland might be better.
I don't know. I kind of like Jrue, Shaden Sharp, and
Yeah,
Donovan. Um,
Jonathan Clingan. Who else do they have? I don't know.
um,
Portland is interesting. I just don't like the moves they
they got
made this
Kamara.
past
We
week.
Kamara and Jeremy Grant and Denny Avidia. I mean, those three
Oh
are right
yeah.
there.
Oh
Those
yeah.
are some
Jeremy
nice.
Grant is still always man. That's Jeremy Grant is crazy, man. Jeremy Grant, I don't.
I
He's been
love
on the trade
Kamara.
block for like the past 3 years.
Yeah,
I can't believe they still have
Scoot.
Jeremy Grant.
If Scoot Henderson makes the jump, I kind of want for him.
Scoot Henderson's a big
Yeah,
one. Yeah. No,
I like.
they kind of
Yeah,
have good young pieces.
yeah,
I
um,
think Portland and Sac are going to be like next to each other in the standings.
yeah.
Um,
There's been reports the Kings for obviously Dennis Schroeder's the guy on that's the big name out there, and they're saying it could be a 2-year contract for 30 million. Is some of the reports here.
it's about
Um,
mid level
yeah.
exception.
So there's that. And they're also trying to possibly also get Russell Westbrook or Brogdon, Malcolm Brogdon
Two of those
also.
three? Do you think they're getting two of those three?
Well, there's a
Yeah.
that's what I'm reading here from reports that they're trying to get Schroeder as the starter and then Westbrook or Brogdon as the backup. So
So
I
Keon
guess
Ellis is more of a two, right?
yeah, yeah.
So Keon Ellis is more of a two. Devin Carter, probably a point guard, right? Hybrid.
He's iffy now. Yeah,
So I guess they do need like a couple more backcourts.
yeah.
No,
P
because you have
guards.
DeRozan could play there. You have Neat Clifford. I
Man,
feel
if
like
they
two
get
might
two
be
of
too
those
much,
guys,
to be honest.
that'd be crazy because they have. Okay, let's just see what they have.
It's
They
not
have
just two like
Schroeder.
young players. It's two like old players that you know who
Yeah,
they are. Like, what are you doing signing Westbrook and Schroeder or Brogdon? Like, these
yeah.
players are not gonna. I don't know, man. That would be stupid in my opinion. I don't even like signing one of them personally. I mean, I
I
don't like.
know. I don't like any of them.
Yeah, I don't
I
like
don't
any
like
of
any of
them.
them.
I
But
don't
then,
like the
like,
direction they're trying to go in, but that's another.
it's another
That's a whole
topic for
nother
another day.
podcast.
Yeah, if they get Schroeder, they get let's say Westbrook, and then they have Levine, Monk, Carter, Keon. It's 6 guards, man. That's just too
It's too
much.
much. It's too much, man.
That
way
means one
too
of them will
much.
go like Monk or Levine for something, but I don't know if
Yeah,
they
like
have any
Monk
trades
is
to go.
fine, man. If you want to, yeah, I guess that they would have to go. Monk would, I think, would be the one on the move, and DeRozan maybe. Monk and DeRozan.
Something, man.
Um,
I don't know.
I don't know. We'll see. But to answer Matthew's question, I
Yeah,
think
what
that
place?
because we didn't mention Phoenix, I think that the
Yeah,
Kings will probably be better than Phoenix.
maybe. I think even Phoenix with
Phoenix is
Booker,
going to try to
Green, and
compete though.
yeah,
Phoenix is going to try and compete. They did get Mark Williams, and they have no choice but to compete because they don't have their own pick.
yeah, they got Mark
Man.
Williams,
So
Dylan
Phoenix,
Brooks, Dylan
Portland,
Brooks. Yeah,
yeah, Phoenix, Portland, New Orleans, and Utah are the only teams that
yeah.
I can really see. Everyone else is
Say,
above
say say the
Sacramento.
teams one more
Everyone else
time.
is better than Sacramento, right?
Yeah,
Is that
yeah.
fair?
I don't even. Yeah, we don't have to even go. But what's the name of the teams again?
So the four teams are Phoenix,
Yeah.
Portland, New Orleans, and Utah.
Okay. Okay.
And then I think that Portland and Phoenix might be better. So I'll say the Sacramento Kings finish
13th.
12th in the West.
Okay.
I think the teams that finish under them are, well, I think New Orleans and Utah for sure finish under them.
I'm going Kings are gonna be the 13th best team in the West. I
Yeah,
think, it's gonna be a shit show. I
that's
think
fair.
Sabonis will wanna trade in the middle of the season, and we get picks and something for him.
Honestly,
And
100%.
DeMar, maybe he'll wanna trade in the middle of the season. If he's not out by then, he'll be gone for something bad. I think
I
I think
100% agree
yeah,
with you. I think this thing goes south quick. I think that after they see like, yo, this is not working a couple months into the season, they're just like, yo, what the hell are we doing? Like, let's just
yeah.
tank, and then Phoenix is gonna try to win games. So you're right. I think Phoenix and Portland will finish above them, and New Orleans and Utah will be the only teams that even New Orleans, like
Even
they don't have their
Pelicans,
pick
yeah.
next year,
I'm gonna bet one of those 3 Pelicans, Blazers, Suns will be worse. I don't know which one yet, but, um,
and Utah
yeah,
will for sure be worse. So
and Utah will
you
be
say
for sure, yeah.
13th? Yeah,
Yeah,
that's fair. I mean, I'll say 12th, but I agree with your outlook on the
yeah.
Sacramento Kings. I think this shit goes south quick. I think that it's going to be ugly fast. And while Matthew's saying he gives Doug Christie 6 months, yeah, man, I think that the Kings fans had a lot of hopium recently with the NBA draft. And then today, they sort of like did a 180 on the whole front office just over the Keon picking up the extension. So, hey, man, Kings fans are, look, I understand.
Yeah.
I
Um,
understand, man. We'll see.
uh,
We'll see. We
yeah,
we definitely expect things to be south, and we definitely don't think the Kings are good enough to compete in the West. Pretty much. So at least they have their own pick next year. At least they have their
yeah.
own pick.
We have our picks from now on, so at least that's going. But appreciate everybody here. We're gonna end it off here. Nice little long free agency preview for everybody. We're probably gonna be on either Tuesday or Wednesday, depending on if there's a decent amount of moves coming out this week. And so we'll see. Find us on Tuesday or Wednesday. Look out for us around this time. And appreciate everybody here. Appreciate all you guys commenting,
Appreciate all you guys.
Matthew, Flores, Tristan, all you guys.
Appreciate you
Thanks for
guys.
showing up. Yeah.
See you next time. Later.
Take